In venture capital, we see thousands of pitches. And here's a little secret. 90% of them, they're dead on arrival. It's not because the founders aren't brilliant. They are. It's because they're building in the dark, armed with little more than a slide deck and a dream. But what if you could just flip that entirely? What if you could de-risk your whole venture before you even step into an investor meeting, using a partner that's already seen every possible way you could fail?
So let's just reframe this whole thing. I want you to stop thinking about AI as a fancy search bar or a way to write emails faster. Start thinking of it as your most strategic partner, a co-founder that has literally read everything, forgets nothing, and is 100% dedicated to your vision 24/7.
Look, here's the fundamental truth of it all. Startups either live or die based on the quality of their intelligence. It's that simple. Most of them fail because they're running on guesswork, gut feelings, market myths, building a solution to a problem that nobody actually has. The real, unfair advantage, that comes from switching to intelligence. It's about replacing those gut feelings with cold, hard user data.
And this is that advantage. We're talking about Google's NotebookLM. Now don't make the mistake of thinking this is just another chatbot. Its real power, its secret sauce, comes from one single critical principle. It is grounded exclusively in the sources you give it. It's not out there guessing from the wider internet. It's reasoning from your truth.
And this is where the scale just becomes, well, kind of mind-boggling. Every single insight it gives you is cited, right back to the source. That means hallucinations, the biggest flaw in most AIs where they just make stuff up, they practically vanish. And you can upload everything, meeting transcripts, audio files, competitor websites, up to 25 million words. It's not just analyzing your data, it's becoming a literal extension of your own mind.
Okay, let's get into the first and honestly the most critical phase, validation. Before you spend a single dollar on code or waste 1 hour on a pitch deck, you need to simulate the market. You've got to pressure test your idea against cold, hard reality.
And here's the playbook, right here. Your AI co-founder basically becomes your personal research army. You can task it to scrape forums like Reddit to find what customers are actually complaining about in their own words. Then, you feed it your competitors' websites to deconstruct their entire strategy. And finally, you have it cross-reference everything to pinpoint that one uncrowded, high-value market gap that everyone else is missing.
Just think about that for a second. I have seen founders burn through their entire seed round paying for these fancy survey projects just to get back a bunch of polished, biased answers. This process isn't just free, it's way more accurate. Why? Because you're analyzing people in their natural habitat where they are brutally, beautifully honest about their problems. And that, my friends, is gold.
Every pitch deck I see has what I call a kill slide. It's that one hidden flaw, that faulty assumption, that overlooked competitor that just sinks the whole ship. Your AI co-founder is designed to find that fatal flaw for you, so you can fix it long before you ever walk into a boardroom with someone like me. So, your idea is validated. Awesome. Now, it's time to build. And this is where your AI partner evolves. It stops being a researcher and becomes your product manager, ready to turn all that raw data into an actual, working prototype.
Every startup is basically just a mountain of chaotic inputs. Customer interviews, team brainstorms, messy meeting notes. The first job of the product engine is to bring order to that chaos. And here's what that transformation looks like. A rambling hour-long meeting transcript, that becomes a clean, actionable timeline. A long customer interview gets distilled down to its core key pain points. That chaotic whiteboard brainstorm, it turns into a prioritized feature list for your MVP. It's all about creating signal from the noise.
Now, here's where the magic really happens. You take all these structured insights, all this clarity, and you ask your AI co-founder to create a master prompt. This is basically a highly detailed blueprint for your product. Then, you hand that perfect blueprint to a code-generating AI to build the actual application. See the difference? You're not just vaguely asking it to code an app. You're giving it a perfect set of instructions, all grounded in real data.
All right, your idea is validated. Your product is built. Now comes the part that breaks most companies, scaling. How do you possibly grow a team from 2 people to 20 to 200 without completely losing the founder's vision and all that institutional knowledge?
Well, you do it by creating a single source of truth. You literally upload the founder's brain. Every note, every strategy doc, every internal memo that defines your company's DNA into one central, queryable knowledge base.
And once that brain is uploaded, the leverage you get is, well, it's infinite. A new hire can just ask it questions instead of interrupting you all day.
It can automatically generate your standard operating procedures. It can draft an entire content marketing campaign based on your core principles. It can even spin up on-demand training podcasts and videos. Suddenly, your small team has the output of a company 10 times its size.
So let's be really clear here. The era of the lone founder struggling in the dark, it's over. The winning formula today, the one that's going to define the next decade, is augmenting your vision with pure, unadulterated intelligence at every single step of the journey.
As we wrap this up, I want to leave you with just one final thought. We are so far past the point of debating if AI is going to be part of building a successful business. That ship has sailed. It's here.
The real question, the one that will separate the unicorns from the forgotten startups, is all about strategy. This isn't about using AI to answer emails a little bit faster. It's about integrating it as a core strategic partner to simulate your market, engineer your product, and scale your vision. That is the move. That's how you win.